So when you're talking about the volume bounded by two graphs, actually when you look at a simple two-dimensional shape, when it is rotated about x-axis, let's say if you got two-dimensional shape, if you rotate about x-axis, let's say 360 degrees, you're going to get a solid. So you're going to get a solid, which I can show you probably in an animation. So now when you simply look at the two-dimensional area currently here, if I rotate about x-axis 360 degree, you can see clearly that it closes a space in three dimensions. It actually forms a solid. So when you have like 2D area and you rotate about x-axis, the volume of this shape that you're getting here can be found out using the volume of rotation. Now, I'll just tell you how to find out the volume of rotation formula. So let's say this is my function. This is like the curvature that you had initially. This is the function f of x. Now, if you look at this is a cylinder, this is a ring. This is a cylindrical ring whose dimension, if I take, let's say this depth is dx. And if I look at this as a radius, this is a cylindrical disk basically, whose radius is, let's say, will be same as nothing but the y value of the function. So actually what you do is when you find out the volume about the x-axis rotation 360, volume is nothing but the limits for x value, which is let's say a to b. So a to b, you square the function, so y square. So pi r square. We did pi r square. Now we have to do h, which is dx. So pi, radius is nothing but the y value of the function. So how actually you don't need to know how this formula comes. You just need to apply it carefully. So the volume of rotation is actually pi, if I take out, y squared dx from a to b. So if you square the function, if you square the value of the y and you integrate between the given limits, you get actually the a volume bounded by volume of the volume of the solid that is generated. So let's take a problem on how to evaluate the volume of rotation using integration. So now consider that, let's say a function y equals to sine x is being revolved about x-axis. Now, let's say this is the basic graph of sine x. Only you're rotating from 0 to 2 here. So let's say you're rotating this value. So 0 to 2, you're rotating this shape about x-axis 360 degree. And you're asked to calculate what's the volume of the solid getting formed. So volume of solid is actually, when you look at it, it's nothing but uh, pi times y squared dx. So pi times y squared dx is nothing but the volume. And so you integrate from 0 to 2. So volume will be pi times 0 to 2 sine square x here. That is, you integrate this. And obviously, it is, if you have a calculator in this case, you can just find this value on calculator. Now, if you have to do this manually, let's say if I make the question a little more complicated, instead of taking until 2, if I make it until pi. So in that case, it can become a question for non-cal paper. So when I find out the value of sine square x integral, I can, like how I covered in the last session. So sine square x, you use the double angle formula. It is 1 plus 1 minus cos 2x over 2. That's your double angle formula, also given data booklet. So what you can do is just integrate 0 to pi 1 minus cos 2x over 2. Now you're going to integrate this. So one integral is x minus cos 2x integral is, so I can take half outside, so it's pi over 2 outside. X minus cos 2x integral is sine 2x over 2. And then integrate from 0 to pi. So if I plug in the values, let's say if I plug in the value first one, so pi over 2, so pi minus sine 2 pi will be 0 anyway, so that is pi minus 0, minus, if I take 0 here, so that's here 0. So the answer for this part is, here is pi square over 2. So that's the volume of rotation that is getting formed here. So now what happened is that if you look at explicitly that they have given in our data booklet to support the formula, this was earlier not specified about the volume of rotation about y-axis, but in the new syllabus guide, you can see clearly that it's about y-axis as well. So how do you find out the volume about the y-axis? Now, if instead of this shape, if I rotate, let's say this area, for example, this area about y-axis, which will form like a wine glass. So how do you find out the volume of that about y-axis? So let's take an example. Now consider the function y is root x minus 1. I take about the function area, which is 1 here. And let's say if I take the x value is 5. Now this area that I can see here is now getting rotated about y-axis 360 degrees. So you can clearly see it will form like a bowl kind of structure, which I can shade it here like this. It will form like a bowl shape. Now, I wanted to find out what is the volume of this shape. Now remember that to find out the volume about y-axis, it is the formula is x squared dy. So you make x the subject, like how we made for area. You make x the subject and integrate from, let's say this is y1 value, and this is y2. So this is y1 to y2, and then don't forget to multiply by pi. So actually it is simple, right? Now, how do we take this question actually? If you look at, I consider a simple disk. If I take with different color, if I consider a simple disk here, now this disk is actually the cylindrical disk. Now this distance I take is dy. So that's your height of the disk. And this distance actually is x distance until the function reaches. This is x distance. That's why pi r squared dy. And obviously it's for entire solid. So that's why I take integration. So this is a formula in case if you wish to remember. Now, for example, if this question I wanted to do about the area about the y-axis, volume about the y-axis, you got to make x the subject of the formula first. So x minus 1 is y squared. So x is y squared plus 1. So now you've got to find out the limits for y as well. So now lower limit is 0. We can see clearly this is 0. But we still have to find out what's this value. So if I plug x as 5 here, so the root of 5 minus 1 is root of 4, which is nothing but 2. So if I find out the integration here, the integration limits are going to be from 0 to 2 and the pi y squared dx. So pi times y squared function. If I take pi x squared dy, sorry. If I take the function here, so what we get is pi outside 0 to 2 y squared plus 1, that's my x function, and the whole square dy. Now, this needs to be integrated. So if it is in a normal non-calci paper, you could do directly, expand, integrate, and put the limits. But if it is in calculator, you can just put directly on calci and get the answer for the volume of rotation. So this is the concept about the area and volume of the solids using integration.